Hey to the people, what's going on? It's me, Chase. This is No Chaser TV, and I will be with you tonight as we go ahead and discuss the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. The newest episode, well, the newest season premiered last night on Bravo TV. We got a jam-packed episode, a lot to discuss, a lot to break down. So we're going to get right into it. Make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notification bells wherever you are. I do have a bit of a headache, but I said no. I said I was going to do it. We're going to push through because if I don't do it, it ain't going to get done, child. Okay. Um, in the meantime, I want to thank everybody for just supporting No Chaser TV throughout social media, as well as here on YouTube and through the podcast. We definitely appreciate it. And we'll go ahead and get started now. I guess hopefully you guys can hear me. But as you see, I have this on, and that's because the girls went glamping or camping or whatever you want to call it. And so I figured I'd give, a little glamp, a little camp, a little zhuzh, a little, razzle with the dazzle, you know what I mean? So let's get into it. Uh, Lisa goes, not Lisa, excuse me, Lisa wasn't even here. Lisa, look at me talking about Lisa, and she not here just like the girls was doing. Um, Angie K goes and picks up Mary in a Winnebago, and Mary is like, the bitch going to a business meeting. What's the tea? What's really going on? What's really hood? And so, they get on the RV and then they go ahead and meet the girls at Beauty Lab, and the girls are already at Beauty Lab, and they find out that Lisa is not coming. They also find out that they're going on a trip, and Brittany wore a bikini. Now the flyer for the trip was like bikinis, blessings, you know, a jet, sun, a dock. It was absolutely the complete opposite of what this trip actually was. In the cold, overnight, in the woods. It was a mess. But Brittany wore a bikini in Salt Lake City under her clothes, thinking she was going on a bikini trip. And so thus starts another season of Brittany. I knew last season Brittany was going to come back. It was just like she's too much of a side character not to come back. Like she's too goofy, too Brittany not to come back. Is it me, or do they treat Brittany the way that they kind of used to treat Angie K? Like Brittany gets the Angie K treatment. Is that me? I don't know. Let me know. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, just making sure we down to the thing, got it going on. That's all. All right. So she wore a bikini to the event. Like, Brittany is Brittany, and there's no change of Brittany, child. There ain't no time to like really unpack why Brittany had on a bikini. But anyway, as the girls are getting on the bus or the RV, a SWAT team surrounds the RV at Beauty Lab, and we are back in familiar territory. Because as you remember, season 2, the SWAT team came and was looking for Jen Shaw and all of that stuff. And so they're like, we're looking for Whitney. We're looking for Whitney. And Heather just is not somebody I would want to take with me to do anything. Like Whitney, they're looking for you, Whitney. If this is a SWAT team, these people are looking for me. Shut your fucking mouth. Why would you alert them to the fact that I'm on this RV? That is weird. Anyway, the SWAT team ends up being like the strippers, and it's like a joke, and they're stripping. I saw the strippers, and they could have kept their clothes on. They could have kept them clothes on, and Whitney could have saved her money, especially since she doesn't seem to have a lot of it these days. You know, Save your money, boo. Whatever that was, it wasn't given. Speaking of Whitney, what did you guys think of her hair dye job? Like, you like the orange she's given? You like the pumpkin patch? Child, I will get into that in a little bit. But anyway, they're going an hour south, and Brittany says that, excuse me, Brittany says, "Oh, that's right past my house." And Mary's like, "Good, we can drop you off." Oh my God, Mary hates Brittany. Mary hates Brittany. And now I have to love Brittany even more because she really gets under the girl's skin. Y'all know me. I like a quirky girl. I'm not saying that Brittany is like the best. She's not. But I don't hate her as much as everybody else does. I don't hate her. Sorry. I know y'all want me to hate her, but I can't hate her right now. She hasn't given me much to hate this season. Anyway, Lisa is not there, and the girls are talking about why Lisa isn't there. And Lisa told Angie it's because she has some work to do out of town, like hanging out with Ben Affleck and whoever else that was. Uh, and then she also says that she doesn't want to spend the night with Bronwyn anywhere. Like she refuses to spend the night with Bronwyn anywhere. So, she's spending the night, she's gonna be spending the night with Ben and Blake. Like that's so Lisa, like I don't want to say who, and then drops the name. Girl, you elite. You in the circle. You in the in crowd. We get it. You elite, girl. You elite, Miss Lisa. Yay, Lisa. You're elite. You're elite, Lisa. Now what else? What else is going on, Lisa? You're elite. I'm not going to spend time trying to litigate whether or not Lisa's of the elite. If she want to be of the elite, please let her be of the elite. From there, Whitney says it's probably because of Bronwyn that Lisa does not want to come, and Captain Save Lisa steps in. That being Brittany steps in, and she says, "Don't do it with Lisa." Yeah, baby. One thing, Brittany been on Broadway. She been around the young black punks. She said, "Don't do it." Yeah, don't pull it. Yeah, yeah. She was letting Whitney know what time was. Don't pull it with my bitch. Don't pull it. Keep my bitch name out of your mouth, Whitney Rose. That's what you need to do. And so she says, "Don't go there with Lisa." Brittany tells Whitney, "Don't drag it. Period. Don't drag it." And she says that Whitney is one to talk because of Whitney's businesses are getting dragged like crazy all over social media. Whitney gets super upset and she tells Brittany she doesn't know anything about her business. And then she asks Brittany how she makes her money. And Brittany is like super offended. And she's like, "Do you make your money like sucking dick? How do you make your money? We don't know." What does Brittany do, y'all? I'm not even a girl, like I don't care what people do. You want to know why I don't care what people do? Because it's not my business. You see how that works out? It's not my business what people do. So I tend to not care. And I know that, we people care and all of those things. I don't care. All I know is y'all know I do No Chaser TV round the clock. I'll be on the YouTube with No Chaser TV. I'm on the podcast with No Chaser TV. I'm on the Facebook with No Chaser TV. I'm on the TikTok with No Chaser TV. I'm on the X with No Chaser TV. I am on Instagram with No Chaser TV. Y'all know what I do. Okay. However, what does Brittany do? I'm actually going to go ahead and try to take a look into the comments. Y'all know I can't see very, very well. I have an appointment with my eye doctor this Friday, so hopefully I can start wearing my contacts again because you guys remember those 2 lovely months I was wearing those contacts before they ripped my corneas into shreds. There were some great times, right, where I could just see the comments. So let's see. Crystal King, what does Whitney do but waste her husband's money? Ooh. Hey, A, how are you? Good to see you, A. Bryce Jackson. I like Brittany. Brittany does not bother me. She doesn't. Crystal King, Kate. Whitney was so mad. Whitney was so mad. And let me just say this, Whitney. Honestly, you started it. You started it. You were dragging somebody. Now, Brittany says that they're close like sisters, her and Lisa. I don't think Lisa knows that. Does anybody think Lisa knows that her and Brittany are close like sisters? I think it's news to Lisa, just like it was news to everyone else on the RV, but technically you started it. She said, "Don't drag my friend." And since you want to talk about my friend business, let's talk about your business. Because my friend's not actually here, but you are. So since my friend doesn't have a business and doesn't go to work, have you been going to work lately? Didn't think so. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Brittany. Yeah. Yeah. And Brittany let Whitney know don't drag it. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. Brittany ate her up. I'm sorry. Brittany ate her up, and Whitney had to come back real strong because baby, it was given. We fighting for peaches. We fighting for snowflakes. And you're not gonna take my snowflake. So what do you do for a living? Suck dick. I would have said and do. Both of us have the same job description. Now what else is going on? Because nobody's buying whatever that stuff was you were selling, Whitney. Imagine having to suck dick for income and sell stuff that ain't nobody buying. Double. I almost said double H word. We can't say that. Double damn. How about that? That's a double damn. Ooh. Ooh wee. I'm sorry, y'all. Brittany won. Whitney zero in my account. That's just my count. Brittany one. Whitney zero. Bronwyn tells Brittany to get her hands out of her face before she jumps in. Now, let me just say this, you guys. Last season, I kind of spot checked with Salt Lake City because Salt Lake City is just a very chaotic show and it was overwhelming. We were already doing OC, and so I couldn't do OC, which is overwhelming. And Salt Lake City, that was overwhelming. I did skip OC, so I said I'd give you girl Salt Lake. I just want to say that last season, I clocked Bronwyn from a mile away. And so Bronwyn said, "You better watch your hands before I jump in." I would have said, "Jump in, jump out, introduce yourself, girl, please." But Brittany is not of my ilk, the kind of girl that like to go toe to toe with people, and she really doesn't want it. But I mean, who does Bronwyn think she is? Talk about before I jump in. I wish you would jump in because Bronwyn acts like she's not sitting in a house made of glass. Like, really, Bronwyn? Since we're talking about business, Bronwyn, didn't think so. I would have shut her ass right on down too. Anyway, um, the ladies finally arrive at the campsite, and Brittany has a game since she is the video girl. She says, and everybody's confused. Is like, what's the video girl? And at first, I'm like, I ain't never seen Brittany in no music video. Like the video girl. I'm thinking video girls. You know, we got our video girls. You know what I'm saying? And you're not one of them, Brittany. What are you talking about? She's referring to the infamous scene last season where she was recording everybody secretly and got cussed the fuck out down to the bus. Okay. And so she brings these camcorders and the group is like, okay, this is fun. They're recording each other, having fun with it. And they give her a break on that one. But at first they were looking at her like, because they really don't know why she got another season. But you know, I see why she got another season. She annoys the fuck out of them, and that's what they where they went wrong. They gave Britney too much power. It really did. And when I say power, it's not like she has power. Okay, it's just like they engaged with her too much last season, and the way that they engaged with her last season, it's a friend of the show role, and so yeah, she got brought back. I can see why. Um, Angie thinks is weird. Wow, Angie thinks it's weird that Lisa didn't join the trip. Now we just had this on this discussion on the RV. Why? And see, here's what with Angie. Angie was on the phone with Lisa when Lisa said she didn't want to go. And this is why I can't give Angie like the that girl thing. I love Angie K down, but Angie K is not really that girl because Angie K had a conversation with her on the phone and didn't say it to her on the phone. Like, well, girl, I don't think that's a good enough excuse for you not to come. It's been rumored at this point that Lisa enters the show late this season because she was negotiating her contract and she wanted a raise, which honestly I think she deserves, in my opinion. She deserves a raise. She's on the tip of the tongue and the edge of the teeth, or whatever they say, girl. She's on everybody's mind and agenda. She definitely deserves a raise. So anyway, Angie thinks it's weird that Lisa didn't join. Heather says Lisa didn't come to make a statement, and the statement is, "I'm not really vibing with y'all." AKA, the statement is, "I'm not really vibing with y'all without that check." Okay, without the bag. And I don't blame her. Whitney says that she reads what's online, and there is a lot out there about Lisa. Now, I'm just gonna say this: Whitney didn't learn her lesson 5 seconds ago when Angie told. I mean, not Angie, but when Bronwyn tore her ass up on the bus, and Bronwyn didn't really even say anything to her, but she got deep in her feels about it. Like, this is why I've got to be honest with you. I've never been a Whitney Rose fan since day one. I've never been a Whitney Rose fan. I thought it was really tacky and gauche. We're gonna go way back. Season one of Whitney to dog Lisa out the way that she dogged her out season one. And Lisa gave that girl all of that wine and tequila and all that stuff for her wedding. I just thought that was like, mm-mm, mm-mm. And then over the years, Whitney has always just been messy, just super messy. If I could compare Whitney to a housewife, it would be Ashley Darby for me. Whitney and Ashley Darby are one and the same, baby. I'm not gonna be able to get jiggy with it. Fun girls when those cameras go off, but when the cameras are on, no ma'am, no ham, no Pam, no turkey. Can't get with it. Anyway, Bronwyn then jumps in and says there are multiple issues and they're not done yet. And everybody's looking like multiple issues. And then she said Lisa is worried about everyone else. She should use the time to work on her stuff. Angie says, well, it seems like you know more. Whitney, tell us more. I smell a setup and I call bullshit. They rehearsed that. The three girls, three. Whitney, Bronwyn, and Angie. That was rehearsed. That was set up. It was, the people like to say produced. Whatever it wasn't natural. It wasn't a natural conversation. Whether Lisa was there or not, they had planned to go ahead and get that conversation out. And so Lisa sidestepping them and not even coming to the thing definitely fucked up what they thought they were going to get, because really all they want is a reaction from Lisa, because they know Lisa is not going to be forthcoming. She's not going to tell the truth. Everything that they are going to accuse her of, she does do in this episode, just in general. But it was a setup, if you ask me. And the person who gave it away, Whitney set it up. Bronwyn came with the tea. And then when Bronwyn was pussyfooting around the tea, Angie pushed her to say it. They wanted that out there, which is why Angie brought her up again after Brittany tried to shut it down on the RV. You bring it up again. Now you're obsessed. Now everything that the girl, those Stan accounts and those Stan pages and those Lisa Barlow fan pages saying it's true, because y'all look like fanned out. Like it's very fan behavior. These girls, I hate to say it, Lisa is the sun. Lisa is the sun. And they orbit around it. And that is weird, because Lisa is not that girl. But in Salt Lake City, I have to give a girl her due. I have to give her her due deals. I have to give her props. She's the orbit that Salt Lake City revolves around now that Jen Shaw is gone. It is what it is. Those girls are uberly obsessed with Lisa Barlow, because that was clearly, to me, a setup. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. Let me see what everybody says. Hey, everything about Salt Lake is overproduced, but for some reason it works for the franchise. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you have a super fan like Heather on the show. You know what I mean? Then you have girls like Lisa Barlow who have been around Housewives for years. Yeah. I mean, at this point, any new franchise, it's going to be hard not to be overproduced, because this show, OC, is on 19. This show has been around literally for 20 years. People come in now, they know the game, they know what they need to do. If they don't produce, they know that they're out. And so it's a double-edged sword. When the girls don't produce, we chop them in the first season and don't give them time to grow. So it's hard for it really not to be overproduced. We have shows that are overproduced that have been on forever. I think that when it comes to overproducing, although they are the most transparent, Salt Lake City does it the best. I don't know. Sean, me either. Wit plays dumb. Catch. Dr. Jen, agreed. Agreed. Dr. Jen, Lisa is not that girl. Unfortunately, they think she is. Because why would you bring it up again? That was just weird to me. And y'all know me. I have to call it out. Whether I like a person or not, I'm going to call it out. And I like Angie K. I don't really care for Bronwyn on the show. I don't really care for Whitney on the show. But I just thought it was a targeted attack. Okay, anyway. Heather says, just spit it out, Brenwyn, or whatever she called her. Did you catch that? Heather don't even know the girl name, child. Bronwyn says that Lisa calls everyone liars and never shares anything about her own life. Mary says, well, we aren't allowed to talk about her, but she could talk about everybody else. And she's always talking about everybody else's stuff. Now, I don't know if Mary was in on it, but Mary got the right to get in on it if she wants to, because honestly, even though it was a setup, if you ask me, is it Lisa's turn? The answer is gonna be yes. Lisa, it's your turn. Just like last season, it was Whitney's turn when y'all started at the beginning of the season. It is your turn, Lisa. It's about time. And if Mary want to come on in and give her 2 cents about how that lady came up for her and questioned her church and called it a cult and was interviewing her cousins and interviewing people and doing all of this and then encouraging a racist to go around and throw drinks at that girl and glass at that girl, did not have her back, thought that she had got her off the show, wasn't happy when she came back to the show and tried to get her off the show again. Girl, please. Mary got everybody to get in that ass. And honestly, even though it was a produced setup, the 3 girls that did it got the right to get in Lisa ass too. And that's just to see how fair I am. That's true to y'all. I got to be honest. Now, Bronwyn says that there are 5 lawsuits at least against Lisa and her businesses. Heather, oh my God, Heather takes up for Lisa and says that Bronwyn said, she's like, well, how do you know that? You're just going around Googling her? Bronwyn says, it was in the paper, Heather. Stop that bullshit. And Angie's like, it was definitely in the paper. Nobody's going around digging up stuff on her. This is stuff that's out that we don't talk about because Lisa never talks about her shit. And anybody who acts like they don't know that this is something going on is lying. And Heather is definitely lying, just like Heather don't know how she got the black eye, just like Heather didn't know what Jen Shaw did for a living. Heather gets her teas and she minds her business, and that's what Heather does, unless she does not like you. But if Heather likes you, now one thing about Heather I got to say, there's something we call a G code, right? And Heather has the premise of the G code down. The premise of the G code is the G code, right? Your business is your business. It's not my place to go around telling everybody what your business is because that's the G code. However, Heather kisses ass. So for Heather to say, I don't know, and all of this stuff, Heather bullshit the baker, Heather just say, guess what? It's none of my business. And so I don't concern myself with it. I readily believe that more so than Heather doesn't know. Heather's one of the smartest people on that television show. Did you see the way that she took down Monica Garcia and got her up off that fucking show? Heather's very smart. Heather know what the hell going on and she knows what time it is. But she's too busy kissing Lisa's ass because as the day one watchers know, she's always wanted to be Lisa's friend, even in college. And this is her goal. Her lifelong goal was to be in Lisa Barlow's circle. And she's finally in it. And these motherfuckers with their facts are not going to come in here ruining shit. Heather says it makes her uncomfortable. She's worked very hard on her friendship with Lisa, and she's going to defend her as if she would want someone to defend her while she's not around. Angie says one would say it's similar to what Jen Shaw did, and she immediately backtracks and says, well, maybe that's not the best comparison. And Meredith is like, Angie K, you're fucking disgusting. That is nothing of the sort. It is nothing of the sort. And Yeah, I mean, honestly, Angie K, you're putting too much on it, baby. See, this is where housewives go wrong. You don't have to put too much on Lisa. We don't like her. But when you go lying and embellishing and over dramatic, is it dramatizing, dramatizing, whatever, being overly drama about the situation, dramatizing, I believe it is, but overly drama about the situation is like you're annoying because you don't have to do that, and now we're going to turn on you because why are you doing that? Why are you lying? There's a very through line with Housewives fans. We don't like people lying on people. She has civil disputes. I'm assuming, but I don't see anything that's criminal about Lisa. Not that I'm digging it up, but the things that I have seen on social media have all seemed to be civil, and so those are two different things. And so Angie was dead ass wrong for that. By the way, Heather says that Jen Shaw shouldn't be brought up, and all of those things. And let's just move past Jen Shaw. Heard you. Agreed. Y'all keep bringing Jen Shaw back up. Like, if Jen Shaw was to get out and come and slap the shit out of the dog fuck out of Whitney Rose for pulling that prank at Beauty Lab, I would have to be like this. Because why are you making fun of her? She's not there. Why are you guys bringing up people who aren't there? They do that all the time on this show. Like the wink wink nudge nudge stuff, y'all gotta stop it. That lady is doing paying her debt to society. She was dead as wrong for what she did. But when she get out and see that y'all are mocking her and doing that stuff, if she goes on a Twitter tirade or you know, I don't know. I'm just saying she will be well within her right to respond because y'all keep bringing her up, which I think is weird. Y'all know I can't see. Let me see what we got here, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay. My gosh, Heather was chasing that friendship. So now she being a good friend. Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. Hey, love, love, love. Um, love, love, love says Salt Lake feels like a parody housewife show, but it worked. Absolutely. I think I read that already. All right, you guys. By the way, we are almost to goal for BravoCon. If you would, it's greatly appreciated. You can send us super chats to donate. My uh Cash App is there. If you want to go ahead and send a Cash App, No Chaser TV is trying to get to BravoCon so we can report unofficially on what's happening there and give you guys a rundown of all the tea from BravoCon. And we want to thank everyone who has supported by viewing our content and actually donating to the BravoCon fund. Is greatly appreciated if you do. And I actually think that actually this month is actually the last month for donations for BravoCon. So if you guys want to donate, we greatly appreciate it. Make sure that you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing, and we greatly appreciate that as well. Thank you so much. As we, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. Anyway, which is a long story. We won't get into the thank you so much thing, but stop bringing up Jim fucking Shaw. Okay, that's weird. Anyway, Bronwyn asks Heather, um, was it okay when Lisa compared her to Jen Shaw? And then Heather's like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what she does. Girl, I don't Google you. I don't fuck with you. Basically, Heather told her, I don't fuck with you. If it wasn't for this group, I wouldn't have anything to do with you, Brenwyn. And yeah, not Bronwyn, Brenwyn. And she says what she knows about Brenwyn isn't that great because Brenwyn lied about that necklace. And I'm like, Lord Jesus, here we go with this necklace. But Heather did eat her up. Heather got her up off of her. And so Bronwyn goes to describe the whole necklace fiasco from last season. And she basically boils it down to wanting to be part of the Cool Girls Club and lie about what she had and what she was giving, giving on the show, which is like this really, really ultra uber rich girl, and basically she lied to kick it, is what she was saying. I don't know if that worked for me, y'all. I don't know if that worked for me, but I'm not going to sit here and litigate that. It is interesting now, though, because it makes me feel like maybe she didn't buy Lisa. a first class seat because she probably didn't have the money to at this point, honestly. But she definitely lied about that necklace. I think we're all in agreement. And honestly, loser behavior, Bronwyn. Okay. Heather asks if everyone knows what it's like to be talked about when you're not around. And Mary says, yeah, she did that to me. And you did it to me too. Everybody did it to me behind my back. And so I'm not really trying to hear it. And they rolled footage of Lisa talking shit about everybody. And I mean everybody in the entire group. Brittany has an announcement. Her and Jared Osmond are engaged. No way. I take that back. She had another announcement immediately after that saying that they got unengaged in less than 2 weeks after the original engagement. And this is why don't nobody fuck with you, Brittany. Just that's not an announcement. Just, bring it up in casual conversation. That's not an announcement. It's an announcement if you guys are getting engaged and this is the engagement. But say, well, how's everybody else doing? Like outside of Lisa, like, and this whole thing, what's been up with everybody? Catch us up. And then Brittany says, well, me and Jared got engaged and then we got unengaged. So yeah, I'm dealing with that. And maybe the girls would have had more sympathy for you, but no, they probably wouldn't have had more sympathy for her because they don't like her. But maybe we would have had more sympathy for you. But this whole announcement business, it's not doing you any favors, kid. And I know that you're trying to like make it a thing, but baby, stop trying to make fetch happen, okay? It's not gonna happen. I just hate that for Brittany. They hate that girl. Oh my god. Oh boy. Now, what I did find sad about it was she said that the kids weren't happy about the two of them getting engaged, and that's sad. That if they really do love each other, that they couldn't because the kids weren't in support. I think that's sad. I do. So from there, she says that she's with them every day and she sees them all the time. And Whitney said that's interesting because I see him every day too. Because Jared goes to my gym and he's always at the lunch cafe with other women, and he introduces me to each and every one of them. And the only thing he's working out is those tuna salad sandwiches, and these girls. Okay, now see, now see. That's why I said what I said about Whitney, because that was nasty and unnecessary. Just like you felt it was nasty and unnecessary for Brittany to come for you, but you've been coming for Brittany all episode. I just want to point that out. I just want to point that out. That was unnecessary. And it wasn't told to be a girl's girl. It was told to hurt her. I don't think that was produced. Okay. I think that was Whitney getting in that ass. You know what I mean? But then when you turn it back on Whitney, she bitches, moans, and screams and kicks and cries and complains. And that's why I can't get with Whitney Rose. I'm sorry. Anyway, the girls go on their side quest, and Mary is hilarious with Gusty, aka Dusty, aka Gusty, then the fishing instructor, and she does her best impersonation of a fish. By the way, what in the church stained glass hell did Mary have on? That outfit was ugly, and she did two different confessionals in it. Oh my god, that's worst confessional look of the season so far. Mary, you got that one wrong, Diva. I hope Mary doesn't see this because Mary will see you and block you. But Mary got that wrong. Mary's Jared's a cheater. Cut your losses, says Sean. She don't care. She wants some. She want to be a Osmond. A woman of her age, the Osmonds were everything. She wants to be an Osmond, honey. So let her go on. I bet she never took her to the Lifetime Fitness. Catch that dirt. We hear about the legend of Molly Sorensen. And so, Heather's all into that kind of stuff. Anything that has to do with that kind of stuff, she's all into. From there, it's time for dinner. And Mary is not with it. She wants Molly Sorensen to come down and cook this fucking food. Are you guys into outdoor cooking, like outdoor dining, like the whole glamping experience? I'm not a glamping kind of girl. I'm a little cute though. But baby, No, ma'am. No, ma'am. The only way I would go glamping is if they goop me like they gooped the rest of the group because there was like bikinis and blessings and all that stuff. And poor Brittany had on a bikini under her trench coat, and she froze her ass off and got cussed out the whole way down there. And while she was down there, poor Brittany, I just feel bad for Brittany. Lord Jesus. Anyway, Heather helps Bronwyn with her hot dog, and Angie asks, would she be as nice if Lisa was there? And Heather was over it, bitch. Heather was like, girl, no, you know I wouldn't, but girl, leave me alone. Oh God, those girls are crazy. Anyway, Whitney says that she has a problem with Lisa because Lisa went off and called her a liar after reunion. Is it me, or has Whitney Rose not lied on the show before? Whitney lies. Whitney lies. I I don't know what we're doing here. Anywho, Brittany wants to know why Whitney said that she sucked Jared's dick for money. Now, that lady didn't say that, girl. But anyway, Brittany doesn't understand what sucking Jared's dick for money has to do with Whitney's failing businesses being exposed online. Whitney says because it hurts. That's why. So basically, she admits that she said it to hurt her. And Brittany says, you were shading Lisa and her business. And Whitney says that was not shading Lisa and her business because she doesn't have one to shade. That's That's what I'm talking about, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, Whitney says that she had to fire 30 employees and her business is tanked and she failed everyone. And so she's having to deal with the weight of that. And it's bigger than her. And she doesn't need friends bringing it up unless you have facts. Like the girls have facts on Lisa and her cases. But because Bronwyn doesn't have facts on her, she needs to shut the fuck up, is what she's saying. And so she feels that if Lisa was more open and honest, she would find friendship within this group of friends. If you wanted Lisa to be more open and honest, you would not go about it talking about her behind her back. That is most certainly not the way to get her to do that. And I don't think that's going to pan out the way that she intends on it panning out. So she says. Anyway, Brittany apologizes and gets up and hugs Whitney. And Whitney's like, do not hug me. I'm trying to get this out. And let me stop right here. Let me go up to Whitney. Let me get into Whitney real quick, y'all. I'm sorry because Whitney said, she doesn't need people bringing up her stuff and stuff like that. Whitney, you've come for this girl continuously. You came for her friend. Then you said she sucked dick. Then you told her that her man was cheating on her with all types of girls, all willy and nilly, all up and through the Lifetime Fitness at the lunch cafe. I don't feel bad for you. And Brittany really didn't say much other than people are talking about how your business is failing all up on TikTok. So yeah, that's a sore spot for you, but don't you think it's a sore spot? You admitted that you said it to hurt her. I'm just saying, in the business of Whitney versus Brittany, I'm on Brittany's side on this one. Whitney lost her damn mind, and she thinks she could talk to that girl any kind of way, and that's just something I don't like to see people doing, talking to people any kind of way. Anyways, Brittany still says that she wants an apology for the sucking the dick and all that stuff. And everybody's like, "Oh my God, Brittany," and Brittany feels like Whitney can say what she wants, but Brittany cannot say anything. And I'm going to be honest with you, Brittany, it's going to be like that for quite some time because you got caught filming those girls without their knowledge on that van. It's over. So if you sign up for another season, best believe you're signing up to be the punching bag. It's not cool. It's not right. But there's only so much that I can do as a viewer to advocate for you, knowing that you continue to sign up for a show that these girls are going to stick their foot up your ass every chance they get because you broke their trust in the most weirdest of ways. You see where I'm going with that one? Basically, it's your fault you're in this situation, and it doesn't like anyone is interested in being your friend and moving past it. They want you out. I don't think it was a group decision you came back. I think it was a production network decision you came back, to be honest with you. Anyway, Meredith and Brittany then go start going at it. And Brittany says they were close friends. And Meredith says, bullshit, the Baker, we were never close. What are you talking about? And and Brittany says we were too close. Like we talked on the phone. What we talked on the phone, and Meredith says we talked on the phone once, and Brittany says no, we talked on the phone twice, and we went on a nice lunch that I really enjoyed myself at. Now, see, the case of Meredith and Brittany is different than the case of Brittany and Whitney. She gets on everybody's fucking nerves. I can't help it. I'm sorry, y'all. I think that's so funny. Anyway, um, Meredith was not having it. She was not here for it. They finally put a pin in that argument, and then the girls go looking for Molly Sorensen, and that's the end of the episode. Did you guys think that we needed Lisa? Because here's the thing, right? We talked about Lisa a healthy bit in this episode, but for my enjoyment, I enjoyed it even though she was not present. And the one thing you do not want to let girls know is that they can do it without you. Now, the debate is, could they do it without her if they brought her up every 5 fucking seconds? And I guess the question is no. So Lisa is definitely needed on the show, but I just thought it was cute. I thought it was a fun episode. I had a good time. I don't want to keep you guys too long. You know what I'm saying? But does anyone want to talk about it? It's been a while since I had a caller. If anybody wants to call up and talk with me about it just a little bit, I'm going to go through all the trouble of trying to figure out where the link is because y'all know I can't see. So the least you can do is copy and paste this link in your browser and talk to me about it. Oh. Oh my gosh. 1 second, y'all. Okay, there's the link. All right, there's the link. Y'all pray that they'll let me wear my contacts starting Friday. Oh boy. Um, there's the link. All you have to do is copy and paste it in your browser if you want to call up. I thought it was a good episode. But yeah, any one of them can miss the episode and it would still go on fine. Absolutely. Meredith definitely didn't let up on her. But Whitney is such a fucking liar. Y'all. I'm sorry. Whitney is such a liar. In the meantime, we will have Mojito Mommies this week. Be on the lookout for it. Jaime has a Android. No shade to Android girls, but it's just difficult because I'm an iPhone girly. So we're coordinating that, and we'll get to the end of it. And yeah, Sean says it was an 8. I liked the episode. I thought it was fun. And so there's that. Make sure you guys are locking. I switched to glasses when contacts messed up my eyes. Although I was too scared. See, here's the thing. The doctors told me glasses wouldn't help, and I have to put the contacts on. So we're gonna see how that's gonna go, guys. Oh boy. All right, you guys. That being said, I enjoyed the episode. We'll have guests coming in throughout, so be on the lookout for the guests. I enjoyed it. It was a good show, quick in and out, and we'll see you next review. Hope y'all enjoyed it. See you later. Bye. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, I'm joking. I'm joking.